Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. In this video, I want to talk to you about restoring an application. In this particular use case, I'm restoring my entire PDI. I've released it as requested by ServiceNow, got a new instance, and so now I'm putting my apps back up on there using my backed up tables and code repositories. So I'm going to show how to restore an application from a code repository. I've already got App Engine Studio pulled up behind me, but the first thing we're going to need to do is go build out our credentials for the particular app. So I choose to, in my PDI, I make credentials for each repository that I'm going to be using. So you'll see here I've got 3 of them already set up for my ServiceNow Store Updates application, AppMinder, which is something I use to keep my apps up to date, and then my Justin's House application. So what we're going to want to do now is create another one for my ServiceNow Release Notes application. And I'm going to do some basic auth credentials, and we're going to call this GitHub and ServiceNow Release Notes. That way I know exactly what this credential is for and what it has access to. I'm going to go ahead and put in my email address, which I'll blur out so you won't be able to see my email there. And I've already generated an access token in GitHub, and so I'm just copying and pasting that from a document I've got it here on the other screen, and we'll go ahead and submit that. And now I should be good. I have my GitHub ServiceNow Release Notes credential already set up. So now I can go to App Engine Studio and import that app. So I'm going to use the import app right here, and we're going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to go from source code. My source code, my repository, is also in my notes over here, so I'm just going to put that down there. And the branch, actually let's go to my code repository and see, okay, I'm using main instead of master on this particular repository, so I can just go and change this from that to main and put my default email in again. And the credential is going to be the one we just picked. So I'm going to do ServiceNow Release Notes, and that credential specifically has access to this repository for ServiceNow Release Notes. So let's go ahead and import that. Oh, you can't see it probably, it's behind my head. Let me move my head out of the way. I'm going to use this import app button over here on the right hand side, and that should go ahead and get the import process started for us. Alright, that didn't take long at all, probably about less than 2 minutes. But let's go ahead and open that application now that we've got it re-imported into my PDI. And the thing I'm going to focus on is getting my tables back populated. So I have 5 tables in this particular application. I've got release notes, crawls, features, release note pages, sitemap parts, and ServiceNow products. And I think I have backups for all of these. If not, we just won't do those. But I'm going to go ahead and use the preview here. So this is kind of the way I keep track of the application and then the table. So I'm going to preview release notes crawls, and then I'm going to go find that backup. Okay, so I'm going to say that this table is not one that I backed up. And we'll go on to features here. We'll preview that table. So this is the release note features, which I did just see in a backup. Is that it right there? Let me double check. I can see the table name. And so let me just open this with text editor real quick. SNRN underscore features. Yes, so this is right. This is the right one. So let's go ahead. 12/29. Let's see if I have one sooner there. Yeah, so it's for January 6th. So I'm just going to import XML, and then I should be able to just drag and drop that file, ServiceNow features, upload, and that should import those. All right, so I got all my feature names, 1983 features, and let's go for our next table now with release note pages. And let's go ahead and just preview that table. And we're going to do the same thing, import XML, and I believe that's this file right here. So drag that in, upload, and there we go. There's my release note pages, 2,581 of those. So I'm going to close that table. Next up, sitemap parts. That's a table that's a throwaway table, so I'm not even bother importing in that one, but ServiceNow products, I'm pretty sure I need to pull in. So that's ServiceNow products. ServiceNow products, there it is, a weekly export. So let's just do the same thing there. Let's go to import XML, grab that file, drop it onto that button, upload, and I should be good to go. So there's all my product names. So now, just to see if this is working like it should, I'm just going to go to my workspace. And previously when I was in here, let's just go to this one. Okay, yeah, so now these two widgets weren't working before, so now they have actual data. If I go to my releases, let's click on this one, I should have actual data here for my releases. Yeah, there's Vancouver and my timeline. Yeah, so I'm back in business. So I've got my release notes application reinstalled or re-imported. So it's really quick, simple steps there. Let me go close this window. Basically, I imported from source control and then went through my tables and repopulated them. And then, of course, everything else, the experience, logic, flows, security, all that stuff came over as part of that. But now I have this application back and ready in my PDI. So I hope you all found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in how easy it is to re-import or import an application into their ServiceNow instance and import backups of the data for that application into ServiceNow. Until next time, don't forget to always be learning.